Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy Shabrady, and you're listening to the Booty League podcast.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, guys? You
What up?
know, how you doing, Chris? How's the payday? How's the payday treating you?
Oh man, uh, you know, we got it.
We
We signed the
yeah, we got
contract.
it. We got it, baby. I mean,
We held out. We got what we wanted.
we got what we wanted. We got the max extension. I think we're making a penny more than the fantasy footballers now, which
That's right.
is which is crazy to say, but yeah, we're here, Chris. We're
I
here.
I know the people were asking. We held out, and here we are. The
Yeah.
long awaited. So, it's glad to be back. How have you been? How you doing?
Yeah, you've been good, enjoyed the off season, spent some time with the family, seeing the kids grow up, you miss those sorts of things during the season, right? And
Uh,
so, yeah, how you been?
good. No, for sure. It's nice. Thursday, I was so happy Thursday. I had like the biggest smile on my face, like kickoff, like all day at work, man. I'm like, oh man, dude, football's back on today. It's great. So, I'm pretty
Hmm.
happy to be back in season.
Yeah, yeah. Despite the loss this week,
Yeah,
just happy that week one, just happy that football's back. And so week two, unfortunately, one of us is gonna have to walk away with a loss, but
yeah,
it
we'll
is what
get
it.
into that more. But you know what? With
Yeah.
that being said, let's roll into your quick question.
All right, my quick question of the day, and Chris doesn't know anything about this. In your opinion, if you go 0 and 2, Chris, are you done for?
Man, I wanted to say no, but last year I looked at who was 0-2. I'm like, I think it was like a Michael and Royce, and they were at the bottom of the food chain. So,
Yep, yep.
oh shoot,
On
I
0
wanted
and
to say
2?
no.
Yeah.
Do you have any stats from that question,
Yeah,
or
I got some stats from this question. So you say yes, you're done for?
I wanted to say no. I think in previous seasons I want to say I think James was like 0-4 or like 1-5. So I don't know
Uh-huh.
if he was 0-2 or not, but he was like really low, and I think he went on a 9-game win streak to win the booty that year.
Mm.
So I have to double check that stat. But yeah, hit us with your stats. What do you got?
The stats is I went back in all the history of Sleeper, so that's we've been in this for I think 4
Yeah,
years, going on to our fifth year on
yeah,
Sleeper. I went back and looked at all the teams that started 0 and 2 and how many of them did not make the playoffs, right?
yeah.
And so the stat is of the 12 people that went 0 and 2 of
Uh,
all 4 years, only two people made the
mm,
playoffs.
mm.
So all 10, so 10 of 12 did not make the playoffs the year they went 0 and 2.
That's a tough
That's
stat.
that's that's a stat for you right there. That's
Yeah.
going
Oh
deep
man.
dive right there.
It's
And I
okay.
can break it down by year. So
Go ahead.
2020, three people went 0 and 2. None of them made the playoffs.
Mm.
2021, that's the outlier year. Four people went 0 and 2. Two people made the playoffs. The only two people were from that year, and I think that was the mega year where we had like a bunch of people that were like 7 and 6, and it
Got
was
it. Got it.
went down to tiebreaker. But then after that, 2022, three people went 0 and 2. None made the playoffs.
Okay.
2023, two people went 0 and 2. None made the playoffs. So if you go 0 and 2, it's looking like you're done for.
What's the stat I'm kind of observing is that it seems like the more teams are 0-2, the more likely you are to make it out of that 0-2, right? Because the one year where there was four teams that were 0-2,
Hmm.
two were able to make it out. So,
All right, so
you know,
you.
I'm hoping for more people to be 0-2 this year. You and I are
That's.
hoping for more 0-2ers. That's for sure.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But I guess the silver lining here is Timmy did not go 0 and 2 last year, but
Hmm.
he still got the toilet. So
Okay, so maybe if you go into you don't get the toilet, maybe we gotta check that stat
Yeah,
too.
yep. So, but yeah, if you go 0-2, I would be making more moves if I were if you were
Mm,
0-2.
mm.
I probably wouldn't be like 0-3 is probably savable. I wouldn't be in that mindset because the stats say 0-2, you're dead. All right,
That's true.
there you
That's
go.
true. The stats talk, you know. So just to no shot bets, obviously this year, I do want to thank Jonathan for the shots at our draft. That was a great time. Um, and Timmy still owes like 10 or 12 shots. I don't know. I'll put it in the group chat later. I hope he continues to get the get the toilet while he owes those shots. And I think Vin owes one Kroger bar. But to start off
That's
our
true.
podcast, uh, I need to comments on the shot bets that weren't paid out last year.
No, I forgot about the Vin Karova bar, but we gotta make him do that. There has to be some sort of punishment um if you don't pay out your end of the year debts,
Yeah,
right? I feel like
yeah.
there needs to be. Kamish got handle that for
That's
us.
that's got to be on us because I feel like Kamish has so much on the plate, and we kind of put that out there. That's unfair to him, but maybe we can make something moving forward. But I just hope you guys keep losing if that's the case.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Wait 1 second. I'm gonna take a quick.
Okay. All right. I'm here to fill the noise here. Me and Chris are probably gonna take our shot bet right now. Um, and head into the waiver. Well, I think he's taking a call right up. He's back.
My bad.
I had to fill the noise.
Mom called. I had to
All
just in
right.
case it goes up.
Yeah, something was
Um.
up for sure.
All right. Do you have your shot?
Yeah, I got my shot right here.
All right. Cheers, brother.
What are you drinking?
Some kind of whiskey I had from Costco. All right. What about yourself?
Tito's.
All right. Cheers.
All right, cheers. Who knows how long that Tito's been there?
Good thing it doesn't
Oh,
go bad.
yeah. Oh my God, it burns.
Let's jump into the breaking news waiver wire. Um, oh, what a spicy start to our post week one, beginning of week two. Um, we got Michael with Isaiah Likely, cost of 75, 5 total bids. Outbidded James by 1. James had 74. There was something else that was, I think, 43. I think that was mine, 29-28. Ryan got Alexander Madison. I think I typed in the wrong name for 42. Royce wanted him for 25, and then I wanted him for 13. Vin took got the Chargers defense for 21. That's a big bid for a defense that early in the season. 4 total bids. Next closest was Nick at 7,
Hmm.
and the next closest big bid. We try to hit things that are 10 plus. James got Colby Parkinson for 10. I mean, he's definitely in need of a tight end. Michael as well. So Michael got his guy. Any thoughts on the waiver wire for yourself or these big bids?
Yeah, I mean, I think Michael definitely. Um, I don't know what Michael's doing, but he definitely went out. He has to feel good about getting Isaiah Likely and beating James. But the last thing you want is to spend 75 and the next closest person spend like 40, for example,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I guess Michael priced it correctly. Um, but I'm not gonna kill him for it because, I was also thinking about this was in the preseason. I was thinking about Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely and how, people are always talking about Likely's next up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then Mark Andrews getting a little older. I think he just got out of a car accident. So I did think Likely would have a nice game, but he had a great game. And so the talent's
Mhm.
definitely there, but I don't know if he can outcompete Mark Andrews season long for touches, but that'll be interesting to see.
For sure. For sure. Um, I wanted personally, I wanted Alexander Madison. I'm kind of hurting this RB2 department. I needed another pass catching RB2, so I'm kind of bummed out I didn't get him. And I was interested in defense between the Chargers and the Colts. Didn't get them either. A lot of bigger spenders this early in the year on defenses and on players. I guess 42 is a lot for Alexander Madison, in my opinion.
Hmm.
We'll see how that shakes out. Fortunately, didn't get anything. Did you make any bids today?
I did. I made two bids. I made one for both Rams receivers.
Uh,
I think I got Johnson, who's like fourth year guy, and I think I put in like a $3 bid, but I lost it for Demarcus Robinson, but I lost it to Timmy,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I got the other Rams receiver for a buck, which just to see what happens. I also like the Colby Parkinson pickup for James.
Yeah.
I put in a bid for him too, I think. In another league. I put him in
Oh, okay.
because I have McBride in this league. That's why I'm mixing it up. I put a bid in for Colby. I think he will get he's probably the tight end to have on the Rams offense, and Puka clears up a lot of targets, and they like to spread it out.
Hmm. On a quick side note, how many leagues are you in this year?
I'm just in two. I'm commission one. I guess peeling back the curtain here, it's my second year commissioning this league, and we had our first controversy. Like like a scandal or anything, but like something where the commissioners got to step in and like
Yeah.
set the rules. And so that last year went smoothly, but this year something came up with the McCaffrey surprise out
Uh,
deal. And so the people brought up like because we got people that live in different time zones and can't stay up for the Monday night game. Because we have people like three people in the league are from Germany. They're
mhm.
and so they are asleep when the Monday games roll around, so they had a
Yeah.
surprise out. And so we're just working our way through like what to do with when something similar to that like happens down the line. So
Mm.
I try to make the league in mirror the great job that James has done in our league, and
Yep.
I'm trying to do my best. Hopefully, good commissioners run in the family, but yeah, we'll see. It's tough work. It's tough work keeping the peace.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Shout out to James, man, putting that together. Great time of the draft. We'll bring up the draft in a little bit in our next segment. Um, Michael, keeps the wins rolling today. Keeps it going. He had a great day. Michael is a part of two trades today. In the first one, Michael receives Jaden Daniels and George Pickens. Uh, Traded to Jonathan. Jonathan receives DJ Moore and Chuba Hubbard, and $8. In my opinion, I thought this was a spicy trade. I like this trade more for Michael.
Mm-hmm.
I know he was talking to myself, and I know he was talking to James.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan was.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought Jonathan could get a little bit better of a deal. I think George Pickens is nice. He's the wide receiver one, and then DJ Moore. I just can't trust the Chicago offense right now. Though I think DJ Moore is talented. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm just not sure about the Chicago offense right now. And Chuba wasn't that good, $8. So I think Jonathan just wanted an upgrade at receiver. I don't know if DJ Moore was the upgrade at receiver he was really looking for. What are your thoughts before I give a grade?
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually surprised that Michael traded for Jaden Daniels, especially with Justin Fields being right there on the waiver wire. I
Mm,
thought for sure Michael would like put a flyer in
yeah,
for him.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
his
yeah, for
boy,
sure.
right?
Yep.
Um, I think that Jonathan definitely values Caleb Williams. Like he's gonna take the step that CJ Stroud took last
Yeah,
year, and that's why he maybe preemptively paid up for DJ Moore. I mean, it's a second QB, so
yeah,
we've been in this league long enough to know that our second QB is those are hard to get rid of. Like those, they're valuable assets, but it's hard to find people that will take them
for
off our
sure,
hands,
for sure.
right? And so, gone for, I guess you could call it like a high end lottery pick, betting
Mhm.
on Caleb Williams. But I mean, I do like Michael. It definitely helps Michael more than helps Jonathan, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, Jonathan's definitely banking the Caleb Williams. At this time of the trade, if we ever revisit these trades, um, I'm giving Michael an A, and I'm giving a C for Jonathan. Just week one, early on, but that's my grades. Any grades for him? Them?
Yeah, pretty similar to you. Yeah, A for Michael, C for Jonathan. Hmm.
All right. And the next trade, after that trade, Michael turns it around, flips his Justin Herbert. He had Justin Herbert too, I believe. Michael receives $6 while James receives Justin Herbert. Um, thoughts on this trade?
This
You're the
is an
first.
F for Michael, dude.
Hmm.
I mean, I feel like Justin Jefferson I feel like he could have at least gotten a player for. Justin Herbert. Maybe the $6 is so
Mm,
little. I mean, he just spent 75. At least recoup like 30 of those bucks back.
mhm.
But $6, I mean, I put $6. Okay, for reference, $6 is how much Timmy got Demarcus Robinson for. Would
That's
you
true.
do a Justin Herbert Demarcus Robinson straight up?
If I was Michael, why not? Right? Like I'd get the player back. I'd get that number two what Rams wide receiver more or less, and then I'm getting rid of a quarterback that I don't need. Like you said,
Hmm.
quarterbacks are really hard to get rid of in our league.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you can get anything for a quarterback, like $6 it's just like that's like three Jonathan trades. You can get like three Jonathan like handcuffs, for that price because he trades everyone for like
Three.
$2.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Justin Herbert, he definitely performed at his floor,
Hmm.
but mm, yeah, I guess. And he's has double chargers too, I think. JK and
Oh yeah,
Justin
yeah,
Herbert, so maybe just yeah. I
yeah.
think I guess C minus for Michael and James. I would A.
Okay. A. So A for James and then C for Michael. I'd say B's for both. I don't think it moves the
Mhm.
needle either way. I'm just gonna give them both B's from there. All right. So draft day, big day for us. Exciting day. Hosted on a beautiful Sunday afternoon at Royce's house. We had our cooking competition this year that was breakfast burritos, judged by.
Breakfast burritos, Philip. You hear that, dude? Oh my God, Philip
All right,
is.
peel back the layer a little bit, and
We
then we got
yeah. Go ahead.
You got Philip, our judge Philip, Andrew, and Emily, right?
Emily. Yeah,
Emily.
Emily. Yeah.
Then we got our luck competition. We had to run it back with the duck race. Unfortunately, I think James had another game; it just didn't work out. And then hopefully, the last time we have to do watermelons. I know watermelons come back every time there's rooks in the league.
Hmm.
So until then, hopefully, the last one for our non-preparable skill competition. Um, what else? Then we had the draft. Yeah, luckily James flew out. The commish flew out just for the draft. That was nice to have, and it was a good time. So, any thoughts on the events that day?
The events that day, yeah, duck race never been my best sport, I
Mm,
guess. The luck-based sports haven't really been fallen my way. I mean, for
okay.
you, you should be the most salty of. I guess now, not really salty because I would have gone UCMC, but
I honestly, I'm telling you, 101 is cursed. I've been preaching this
yeah.
from day. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like there's a couple strings of years. I think I started really getting on the bandwagon this past year. I'm like, I will never take the 101 ever in this
It's
league.
yeah,
Never.
I mean, I CMC when I was the 101, CMC got hurt my year too.
Yeah.
It's when CMC is the 101, he gets hurt. If he's the
Yeah.
102, it's fine.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because I think
That's what I'm
what was
saying.
he John
Justin
JT?
Jefferson.
Oh, JJ was what first pick?
JJ was first last year, and he
Oh,
got hurt. He has his hamstring thing.
yeah.
So
So Tyreek looking real good right now.
that's what I'm saying. Um, but yeah, your thoughts on? Let's start with the duck race. Any? You said you weren't happy with the duck race
No,
game.
yeah, I
Um,
mean, yeah, and then you got kind of got shafted twice from the duck race game. We need to find a
yeah.
better duck. We gotta find a better luck based game. I kind of want to
Yeah,
control the outcome a little, like maybe like three card poker
dude.
or
I'll
some.
roll some dice, dude. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah. At least let me touch the cards, man. Let me do something.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a little salty. I thought Ngi brought up a good point, and Ngi was like, dude, thank you, Ngi, for doing this. If you listen to this podcast, but I know he was hounding like, dude, just take Chris's duck off, and then the rest of the 11 can race or something like that.
Hmm.
Um, Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but that's fine. Um,
I
let's
like
go. Okay,
I like the one where we did the trading card pack
that
opening.
was
That
fun.
was a good one.
That
That
was
was a
fun.
good one.
Yeah, that
So
was a great
something
one.
like it's still luck based, but there I can do something.
Hmm. Hmm. All right, let's save that one for last. How's your thing for the watermelon competition? How'd it go for you?
I had a relatively smaller watermelon
Mm,
comparably. Um, but I think I really slowed down near the bottom
Mhm,
because it was rounded a lot and I kept hitting like my nose into
mhm,
the
mhm.
melon, and I wasn't strong enough to break it in half
Yeah.
without like slamming it on the table or anything, so that really slowed me down, but I think I did pretty decent. I got fourth.
Okay. I think I fell right behind you. I did break it, but if one piece fell on the ground, I still had to get after it. Just like when I broke my leg. I I don't know why, man. When you guys start laughing, I don't even know what is happening on there. I just hear laughing, and I'm laughing, and I'm on the opposite side of Yi. Like I'm with me, and
Yeah,
dude, he was actually quiet. He did a great job. He still got second. But yeah, everyone's just laughing. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm laughing at, but I can't eat.
yeah,
So that's part of the game that
that's part
I
of
have
it.
a tough time controlling for sure.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely part of the game. But I mean, like when I was eating next to Topher, and Topher had like half his watermelon on the ground because he was like almost like regurgitating it up. Like I can't help but like laugh. And then when I laugh, I start choking, and then so I gotta regurgitate, and then it makes other people like laugh. So it's just
Yeah.
like it's just on like a cyclic thing.
Uh, all right. All right. The last competition, the breakfast burrito competition.
Oh my god.
Um, do you want me to go first, and you can air your
Yeah,
grievances afterwards?
you go first, and
All
then
right.
yeah.
I rolled in early. I think I got my recipe done. I was gonna do like a bokjing, like lapsang kind of thing. I opted against it. I did. Ty hooked me up on this recipe. He was like, dude, Trader Joe's hash browns, dude, that's goaded for breakfast burrito. He's a breakfast burrito connoisseur. So I did that, and I said I'm gonna go Hawaiian. I'm gonna go like a little homie spam, eggs, and a pineapple. It netted me first, so I'm happy with it. I thought overall it was a good burrito. I was hoping to place at least in the top three because I thought it was a good breakfast burrito. Um, and yeah, I'm happy with the outcome. And you can say y'all can say I bought it. I told you I can cook. I still got it.
You still got it.
And I've been hammering about the rubric. That's all I gotta say. So finally, we got
All
a
right.
rubric. Judges and all that. So we're still working out some kinks. I know David, has some things he'd like to say about that. So go ahead, do
I
your
mean,
thing.
oh yeah, I mean, okay, I'm sure everyone listening like probably knows by now, but I guess just for the viewers out there that
Yeah.
weren't there, um, I guess I made a McGriddle inspired breakfast burrito, right? You go McDonald's, you get a McGriddle for
Yeah.
breakfast, right? And so I had like made some pancake from like some pancake mix, whatever, crispy bacon,
Mhm.
made like a buttery syrup, like syrup thing to put inside with a couple of eggs, and then I toast it on top of um I coat the outside of the tortilla with butter syrup, and
Okay.
then I toast it so that it becomes nice and crispy, right? So
Yeah.
that's essentially a sweet and savory breakfast burrito.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but I guess I don't I the day of, right, Philip comes in or fucking rolls in around like it's crazy that well anyways, why have a breakfast burrito competition and have the judges eat it at lunch? That makes no sense to me, right? You gotta eat it at breakfast.
It is brunch time. That's okay. Like
I mean
it
I
is
mean
bearable.
okay, so that's the first, that's fine,
Okay.
right? Be that as it may, right? So Philip just
Okay.
plays pickleball. The
Mhm.
Philip, our judge number three, comes in after playing pickleball, and I see this guy roll in. I'm like, bro, this guy is fucking mad starving. Fucking, so you already know the fucking first burrito he's gonna eat is gonna be mad bomb. Because I fucking eat
Yeah.
with this guy like so many times. He fucking eats into like he's mad hungry. He eats into the first thing he bites, and he's already like slapping his leg, bro, about how good it is. And so
Wait. So was he really playing pickleball? He wasn't memeing about that.
no,
He
he
did
wasn't
just
me.
come.
I'm pretty sure he just
Okay.
came from pickleball and he was mad hungry.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
he
Okay.
picks up fucking I forgot who's
Nice.
he
Nice was
he
first.
picks
Nice
up
was
geese
first.
and
I'm pretty sure it was
he
Nice.
bites into that shit and then he rates that shit like hella high,
Super high. Yeah.
super high, right? And then so whatever, he goes and he does the thing, and then he rates everyone like super polarizing, right? Like some like Emily and Andrew will rate something like close together, and then he'll be on like the opposite. So
Mm-hmm.
Emily and Eric will, or Andrew will like something, Philip
Mm-hmm.
will absolutely hate it, or
Yeah.
Andrew and Emily will love something, but Philip will actually shit on it like super
Yeah.
hard, right? And then so it wasn't until after the draft where I forgot, I think he messages me, or he talking to me on Discord, and he's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you really fucked up the breakfast burrito competition, man. And
Yeah.
he's like, breakfast burrito? He's like, I thought it was just supposed to be a normal ass burrito. That's why rated yours so goddamn low. Cause he's like, I ain't want to eat this burrito, and I'm like,
Dude.
no, bro, it's for breakfast. And then he's like, what the fuck? But
Dude, what the rubric? If he was following the rubric, everything is like breakfast related that James wrote out. Like, is it a breakfast burrito? Like, you
this
know, yeah.
he doesn't he doesn't read well is what I've come to realize. Reading
Oh,
comprehension is not, but maybe, maybe he was saving me from CMC,
that's true.
so who
That's true.
knows. So anyways, I can't be too mad at him because, the way that my draft fell out. I'm happy with my draft despite the
Mm,
loss this week. I scored in the top half of scorers, I would say. So it's just unlucky my matchup, but I'm happy with the way my team performed, and there was
yeah.
definitely room for my team to perform better.
Mhm.
So,
So yeah. What place did you get for your draft?
um,
What place did you draft from? Do you
I
remember?
draft from 6.
6. Okay. All right. And yeah, I got to draft from 4. So let's jump into our draft day superlatives, which is the game today. Um, I think we're running pretty long on time, so let's try to go through this quickly. Best draft. Who do you think got the best draft?
I think James still, even despite the injury, I guess this is draft as they stand week one,
Yeah.
not pre-draft, right?
Yeah.
And so, oh yeah, actually, let me pull it up for
Go ahead.
the
Oh yeah, yeah,
members. But you
for
have it,
sure,
if you have it on your own screen, you can
for sure. Um, yeah. As
yeah.
David pulls up, you guys can see it.
Yep.
Um,
So yeah, I think James had the best draft. I really like his value at his keeper value still.
yeah,
Um, I like, despite Puka, you still have Devonta Smith, and he has Pacheco, Kamara holding
yeah,
it down. I like the Xavier Worthy. I don't know if you'll play him this week, but that's an excellent flex. And so I
hmm,
think James still in good shape despite his
for sure.
draft.
On my thoughts, I thought definitely keeper value as well, but David and Jonathan had great drafts. I really like the Kelsey value, the McBride in the onesie positions. Richardson, Nico for Jonathan really holds him down. He gets to go Jonathan Taylor Gibbs early. David, I like his running backs that kind of hold him down because he still has McBride, bro. But I like the Zach Moss, like for the RB2. Hopefully, you're hoping no injuries here, but so far, I really like your starting lineup. You have 4 usable wide receivers. I might consider trading one for an upgrade a running back 2 or something like that, unless you're just kind of holding out and seeing where it goes. But I do like those are my 2 favorite drafts. The next question we have is the worst draft. Um, Dave, what do you think?
Yeah,
Who
I
had the
think
worst draft?
Timmy had the worst draft here. Just wasn't a Marvin Harrison believer. I think you were drafting him at his ceiling if you were drafting him anywhere near the top 12, and you
Yeah,
have no. I think he really belongs in maybe like middle of round 2, maybe round 3.
yeah,
I think drafting Patrick Mahomes there over Lamar Jackson was a bit of a mistake, and I think he really felt it last week. Javante wasn't what we thought he was. Najee Harris, being a Najee Harris owner prior
yeah.
to last year, he's just not good at football, and Pittsburgh just stinks, and so I'm just staying away from them. And so Christian Watson, Khalil Shakir, Hollywood Brown, all those people, they don't have like oh well, besides Watson, but you have the Love injury, but you just don't know what these guys are
Yeah.
gonna be, and the way his roster is constructed, I think it's not. It doesn't complement each other. It's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with the Timmy one. If I had to choose another one, I'd say might be Mike Mo, just because I know he tilted at the Zamir White pick. However, he's really redeemed himself with that pick 7 through 9. Tony Pollard, J.K. Dobbins, Jameson Williams, um, and some trades I think are helping him out. So I didn't like his. I mean, he still has Brees Hall. Josh Jacobs is looking at volume, and he has that middle round picks, but I don't like that. I wasn't too sure about the DJ Moore pick, the Calvin Ridley pick. And yeah, he fortunately he got to trade Chuba and DJ Moore away. Royce's team, he has CD, but I don't really like his team. Like Gus Edwards, I feel like is droppable. He got Jonathan Brooks. If he didn't have A Chain, like he'd have like probably
The
an
worst
F,
team.
the worst team if he
He,
didn't have A Chain as a keeper.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's terrible. You got Swift. I don't know what he was doing drafting Swift.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I agree. Like, I guess it's kind of like last year where or maybe 2 years ago, where he relied on CMC too hard, and then he kind of let the rest of his draft like fall, like kind of die. I
Hmm.
feel like, yeah, his running back room is pretty suspect right now, and you trade wide receivers to get a running back, and I don't see any of his wide receivers that would be too valuable to get back,
Yeah,
like a maybe 13 through 24 running back.
yeah. Let's safest draft. Uh, I'm gonna start here. I think Ryan had the safest draft. Ryan went. Let me look at Ryan's draft. You got B.J. Robinson, Devontae, right? Really safe floors. Joe Mixon. Thought would be a safe floor. He actually popped off though. He
Yeah.
got Lamar Jackson. He reached for George Kittle just to kind of get like a brand name tight end. He kept Montgomery and kept the Cowboys. His middle picks are kind of whatever's. Um, he got Jaden Reed, which was fine. And then, JSN, Mike Williams, Gabe Davis, Xavier Legaya, and Khalil Herbert, and even Bo Nixon. That was a crazy part of the draft. We had
Oh
over
yeah.
the hand handshakes in the 15th
Wait,
round. Like,
how
come
did he
on.
do last week?
He killed it. He went off.
He went out. Wait, what? Bo
Didn't he go off?
Nix. Bo Nix did?
Oh no, I'm not talking about Bo Nix. I'm talking about his team.
Oh,
So
his
like,
team. Yeah, his team went off.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't know how well Bo Nix did.
I guess he had like 13 points, but I guess that is going off for Bo Nix.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
Um,
I
um,
mostly agree with you.
yeah.
Um,
So I'll
yeah,
say that's
he's
the yeah.
stuck to
Go ahead.
his guys, Cowboys and Montgomery, and just names he knew. I would say that he
Hmm.
played it pretty safe, besides
Yeah.
his middle picks. But yeah, I think Ryan just played it safe.
All right. Riskiest draft.
Ooh, you probably had the riskiest draft. I think we were talking about it after you left.
Mhm.
Um, I would say the what's risky here is that you're relying on you don't really have a nice running back, reliable running back. You have James Conner, who's pretty fragile.
Mhm.
You're relying on Nick Chubb coming back somewhere mid-season.
Yep.
And then you want, Jaleel McLaughlin and Blake Corum to do something, which was, it's a bit of a stretch, but you could see it happening. But it's just really risky with the way you're constructed. You're pretty fragile at running back, and like, if any, God forbid, any one of them goes down, I think you're like
Yeah.
scraping the waiver wire for like Chase Brown, or I don't know who's on the waiver wire right now, but yeah, you're
Yeah.
just scraping for like 6 points a week, I think, if one of your Tajay or James Conner goes down.
No, for sure. I agree that I went with a lot of upside. I was hoping that they get more opportunity. I was hoping Jalen Wright would be worked in, Blake Corum would be worked in, and I definitely thought I messed up there taking the Tajay Spears. I thought Jerome Ford would come back to me. I probably should have taken Jerome Ford there instead of Tajay Spears, and I think my team would be in a way better spot if that was the
Yeah,
case.
yeah. Oh,
Um,
yeah. Go
yeah, no. Other than that, way too early. Toilet bowl favorite.
ahead. That's an
Uh,
easy to me for me.
that's an easy Timmy. I'm gonna say Timmy until he pays up those 12 shots. So um,
Way too
yeah,
early booty favorite.
um, you said you know what? I'll let you say what you're gonna say, but otherwise, dare I say Ryan? Like Ryan's team kind of went off. Like Bijan looks like he has a good workload. Hopefully, Mixon looks like he went off. Lamar's looking good, and that's with Kittle and I would say Devontae Adams not doing well. He has Montgomery like running the ball well. Jaden Reed pop off. As he's just got to find a new replacement right now until Jordan Love comes back. But if Devontae picks it up and he can fill
Uh-huh.
out the flex somehow, um, yeah, I don't know. I think he has. I think his starting lineup looks pretty good.
Yeah, Ryan's lineup looks good. I think his is kind of like the inverse of yours, where if one of his wide receivers goes down, then he's kind of scraping
Yeah,
because, Jaden Reed, he's running that in his wide receiver 2 spot, I think.
yeah, yeah,
Who's his wide receiver 3? I think he's just running these 3 running backs, right? So he's a little thin at wide receiver.
yeah.
And, it doesn't feel good playing 3 running backs in a running back in your flex because you don't have the ceiling there. It worked for him last week, but yeah, I wouldn't. There's ways it can go wrong,
Hmm.
and so I feel like Yi's team right now, I think kind of similar to like it was either last year or a few years ago. Yi's team is just kind of lying. I forget, kind of lying in the wait, and then like as soon as everyone gets healthy, like he's gonna destroy, like go scorched earth on us. Because you got
Yep.
T. Higgins, Debo, Josh Allen, McCaffrey, Godwin's looking nice. Maybe Kyle Pitts is gonna do something, right?
Hawkinson on the IR. Yeah, if he comes back, kind of thing. Yeah.
Hawkinson coming back, so Yee's team's looking good. I think we are just it's the calm before the storm is what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
thinking
yeah,
for Yee's team.
for sure. And then dark horse.
Yeah, Dark Horse, I got Ryan's team looking really solid. Um, but Dark Horse, I'm saying Topher is a dark horse here.
Okay.
Kyron, Laporta, Diggs. I thought in Houston, everyone was hyping it up about Nico, but you don't trade or you don't get Diggs and not throw him the ball.
Yeah.
And so Diggs looking like a nice pick. AJ Brown. Um, but like that, those are his starters. Mostert. I mean, A Chain is already like banged up, right? So
Yeah.
Mostert's looking like a good pick.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. It seems like everything Topher touches turns to gold,
Okay.
as it did last year. So I would put Topher as a outside dark horse, and
Um.
Ryan.
Okay. And oh yeah, and I have him looking as dare I say booty favorite, but uh, my dark horse is going to be Nick. I think yeah, Nick had a rough outing, kind of losing to Vin Took and his TJ Watt. So every time TJ Watt came on screen, like Vin Took would have like three like crazy plays for him. So it's pretty funny to see. But yeah, Saquon Barkley looks good. Derrick Henry, hopefully they get more positive game scripts. Dave Flowers looks good. Ramondre looks good. Keon Coleman. Um, and I like his Kyle Murray and Brock Bowers, honestly. So I dark horse is gonna be Nick for me.
All right, all right, that's a good pick too. Should we go into our week 1 recap now?
Yeah, let's look at the week one recap. We got Ryan versus David. How did you feel about that game? Since you peeling back the curtain as well, I heard you were clapping when you was like, "I get Ryan twice a year." Uh, so go ahead and talk about it.
you know, broken clocks right twice a day. It just
Okay.
so happened that it started broken. I read the
Mm,
clock when it was the right time. That was my fault. But
got it.
Ryan's team's like when Lamar is on, Lamar is on. But I had him last year, and when Lamar is off, he is off.
For sure.
And so and they didn't really. I think Lamar really wanted that Chiefs game, and so he kind of went Superman,
Mhm.
um, like with all the rush. Because when it gets tight,
Yeah.
Lamar likes to just like be the superhero and like just run for extra yardage, or like if it's not there, he'll run it in himself. And so I think he kind
Yeah.
of did more of that rather than like kind of trusting Derrick Henry or like airing it out. So
Mm.
um, I think because it was the Chiefs, Lamar had like got like was putting in work on the ground, and so he had a really good day. And
Mm.
Jaden Reed, like 2 touchdowns,
Yeah.
almost 3 touchdowns, like
Yeah, he pops
chalk
off.
it up, like it's already GG's.
All
But
right.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Big, biggest winner right there, Ryan with 150. 103 is not bad from David. Jumping into my game, Jonathan demolished me. 112.48 to 74.08. I definitely had underperformers between Mark Andrews, Drake London, and Amon Ra. I'm really glad about the Cooper Cup pick worked out, but yeah, my 3 starters couldn't even give me like 5 points, right? So
Yeah.
it is what it is at the point. I definitely drafted a risky team, hoping for upside. Um, Jumping into our next game that was exciting. Topher versus Mike Mo. I was not ready for that. The Monday night miracle, Jake Moody with 25, 26 points
hmm
to upset Mike Mo. That was
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Any thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I mean, what's his name? Mike Mick played what's his face?
Jameson Williams.
Yeah,
He's like,
Mick played Jamison Williams over Ayuk and hosted a whole ass Ask Me Anything. But I mean, if you're gonna do it all the way and
yeah.
replace Brees Hall and Jacobs with Pollard and J.K. Dobbins. If you're gonna go hot take, go all the way. Well,
Oh man.
you half-assed it, Mike Mo, and you pay the price.
Mm. Oh, that's too good.
Y-
Vin versus Nick. Yeah, like I said, Vin took every time TG Watt came on, a good play went for Vin. So Vin, the resident Steelers fan, beats on Nick 139.26 to 113.38. Um, yeah, that's what would you think about this game?
Um, I mean, yeah, I don't know when you I guess Nick's really hurting at tight end because he for some reason rolled out Taysom Hill. I mean, when you're rolling out Taysom Hill at your tight end spot in
Mm,
a 40-point blowout and he gets 4 points, I don't think the cards are gonna go your way, man.
yeah,
You
yeah,
would have thought Taysom Hill would be at least good for one of those touchdowns, right?
yeah, yeah.
But
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So.
yeah, so tough bad beat for Nick.
I think Nick has the highest points in the 0-1 club, so hopefully he
hmm
bounces right this week. We got Royce versus Yi. Some narratives people were throwing out. Team C last second out. Monday Night Miracles for Royce. Is this happening? He's got to start Juice. Like, that was a crazy start. Turns out the college use check play was just enough um, for Royce to get Royce out. Royce doesn't get his Monday Night Miracle, so nice call on that juice pick. You know what I'm saying? So Royce falls to 91.22 to 105.88. I thought it was funny where like I think someone got a touchdown, Mason or Ayuk or something, and then turns out Debo's holding,
Yeah.
and then Debo gets a touchdown. the next.
Yeah, that was wait, okay, so we subtract the 6 and then if we subtract the 6 and Yi doesn't sub in
Juice like
Juice
before. It's
5. Oh,
possible. It's doable.
it would have been doable. It would have been really close.
Oh man, that was
But
spicy.
yeah, I mean Royce just didn't have the horses to compete with. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
even with CMC being out, I think, 2 points from Olave, and Njoku getting hurt, 5 points from Swift, I mean, and 2 points from McLaurin.
Mhm.
Royce just didn't have it this week against
For
me.
sure. Um, James versus Timmy. James definitely stomps on the current toilet winner, 102.4 to 76.64. Yeah, just the toilet favorite, in his rightful place.
His rightful place. I mean, yeah, Timmy, he has, I don't know what Timmy's doing. He had at the time of recording, or not the time of recording, but at the week 1, he had who's this? Marshawn Lloyd, could freaking these names, dude. Kimani Vidal and Hollywood Brown, all 3 players out, and he's like putting out this sorry ass lineup. You gotta drop some of these guys, Timmy. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, he did it this week, so we'll see see if he can right the ship early on because we know about those O tours now. So yeah, that was our week 1 recap. Any final thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty horrendous game for wide receivers.
Yeah.
And I just want to see my stars show out. It sucks to have like maybe like half of the top picks just score like less than 5 points. And so, it's nice to see the preseason preparation pay off, but the stars are really lagging,
Yeah.
and we need
Yeah.
we need them to come back.
For sure. No power ranking this week. There's only one data point, so it's just the standings according to James. That's what's going to be involved. So you got Ryan leading the way, Vince Hook in 2, Jonathan at 3, running out the bottom. You got Royce at 10, Timmy at 11, and myself at 12. Um, Not much to say. I think we've kind of talked about everyone's teams rolling into it and whatnot. Do you want any comments about the rankings or anything like that?
No, yeah, it's pretty much
All right.
good luck to all the 0-1. I hope everyone
Yeah.
gets one win this week.
Whew.
Yeah, I mean that hot
Oh man.
stat.
We need
Really,
everyone. We can look through these matchups real quick and let's see. Um, is it possible for no
not me and you, me and you.
Royce and Timmy? Someone's gonna come out on 2. You and me. Someone's gonna come out on 2. Michael and Nick. Someone's gonna come out on 2. So
Oh,
there's only 3 possible teams. So we know the history of that. The only 3 possible teams. No one's made it out. We're looking for a 4th own winner. So it doesn't look too good for anyone that's on 1 right now. You really need that win.
you really need this week too. Is it a must? Is week 2 a must win? I think so. The stat, I was a little
Oh,
when I was looking at the stats, I was a little scared. Being 0-1, I was scared, bro.
and the 2 people that won were part of like a 4 team 0-2er. So that's not even possible this year. So let's see if we can break the mold here. We're gonna put this down in the history books and see what's up. Oh, with that being said, you know what, David, we're running a little long, so I don't think people
All
need
right.
to know about our matchup. But I got me, you
Yep.
got you, right? What's to
Yep.
say? What the important question is, what are we betting
Yeah,
for this next pod?
that's a great question. I mean, besides our playoff hopes on the line, let's put 3 on it.
3? All right,
3.
beautiful. All right, we got 3 shots at it. First shot bet of the season. You guys heard it here first. Um, I got myself. David's got
Yep.
himself. Roll into the next one. So let's start breaking down some of our peers' games. We got Ryan versus Jonathan. This is a 1-0, so you don't have to freak out. Um,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I mean Ryan, I would say has the better quarterback. Ryan has the
mm,
better running backs, wide receivers, who's this? Devontae Adams and Jordan Reed versus um
Collins
Collins and
and neighbors or
Neighbors.
more, however you want to put
I
it.
guess Neighbors, but still I
Okay.
think it's a push. I think Jordan Reed comes back down just because I mean, but he has manufactured touches, and
Yeah.
Devontae is playing in Baltimore.
Yeah.
But I think I would say push there. Tight end, I have Kelsey. And for flex, Montgomery versus DJ Moore. Um, I think Caleb Williams goes crazy in game 2.
Okay. All right.
That's when CJ Stroud went crazy last year and just kept it going in the play or until the playoffs. And so I mean, if Caleb's that guy, game 2 is the way to do it. So
Okay.
that's why peeling by the curtain. That's why I kept Rome Odunze for a couple more weeks just to see
Mm,
if Caleb takes that step. But I think next week it'll be pretty obvious if Caleb's got that dog in him or not. So we'll
okay.
see.
All right. I agree with you. So I would just say Jordan Mason. If CMC's out, I would put him over any of these 3 players, Jonathan Taylor, Neighbors, or more. Who would you pick between those 3
For I'm sorry,
for Jonathan?
for
Jordan
Jonathan.
Mason. Yeah, Jordan Mason. Is that his name?
Definitely Malik Neighbors because
Okay.
I mean I don't know why Jonathan drafted a Giants wide receiver. It's so bad. Daniel Jones is so bad. But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, I would put Mason in over Neighbors for sure.
All right. So yeah, I would say any of those 3 players. My positional head to head here. I have Ryan winning. Who do you got?
I also have Ryan winning.
All right, so we got Ryan, and let's move into Michael versus Nick. I can start this one off. Michael versus Nick. I got Kyler Murray slightly over Jane Daniels. They do play against both relatively weak defenses. Here in running backs, we got Brees and Jacobs versus Derrick Henry and Saquon. I got Nick. Wide receivers, I like Michael's just receivers better. Ayuk and Jameson Williams over Zay Flowers and Keon Coleman. Um, and then going back to tight end, I think it's a push between Browers and Likely. J.K. Dobbins versus Ramondre. I'm gonna go with Nick. I really like Ramondre Stevenson here. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I guess I disagree with you on the J.K. Dobbins and Ramondres. I'm really
Okay.
high, maybe more higher than I should. I think J.K. Dobbins looked good, and I think
Yeah.
He is good when he is healthy. I
Mhm.
and against Carolina, I mean, didn't isn't Carolina the team that the Saints just thrashed?
Yes,
Need I say more? So then I have um
that's fair.
yeah, I
That's
have
fair.
J.K. Dobbins there, but I think I have Nick winning this game.
Let's see. Looking through it, I think I have Nick winning this game as well. This is an important game to win though between Michael and Nick. So this, whoever comes out of this game 0-2, not looking
Oof.
too hot. But yeah, I have Nick winning out here. So Michael's gonna be joining David. It looks like.
Yep.
Looking at our next game, Vin and Topher both 1-0ers. Don't have to worry about that stat. Um, uh, I'll keep going here. QB, I got slightly. I got to push here. I think Dak, CJ Stroud, just to push. If K9 plays, it's going to be Vin. I think K9 has some kind of abdominal injury. I'm not sure what his status is. I think practice reports will come out tomorrow. Um, for wide receiver, we got Hill Amari versus AJ Brown and Diggs. I got Vin Took here. For tight end, Kincaid versus Laporta. I got Laporta with Topher. Brian Robinson versus Dobbs. I do like Brian Robinson more for Brian Robinson over Dobbs, especially without Jordan Love. Um, any thoughts on the starting main positional players?
Yeah, I'm surprised you go Hill and Amari over AJ Brown and Diggs. I like both AJ Brown and Diggs, and I think, they're just target hogs on their team.
Hmm.
And I just don't. Does Amari Cooper still play for the
Yeah, he's still
Browns?
for Cleveland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So there you go. That's why I don't like them.
Okay.
I might play Mostert over Zeke, maybe, if
Oh,
he's
okay. I see
feeling
that.
spicy.
I see that.
Um, pending what happens with what's his name, Devon Achane, but I still might just play him anyways because I think didn't James Conner like have a good game against Buffalo last week? I think he did. I think they had a lot of success on the ground versus Buffalo, and that's why.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I think Raheem Mostert might be a good play over Zeke. I don't think Zeke falls into the touchdown into the end zone again.
I'd like that. I'd also consider Charbonnet if K9 is out. Um,
Mm.
however, no changes for Vin. I think these kickers though, Jake Moody, uh,
Yeah,
Drake Aubrey, 21 points from Aubrey. You got 26 points from Moody. Ooh, it'll be a spicy one there. I think it's very close, but I'm gonna say Vin took.
I go Topher here.
Okay, all
Going
right.
Topher.
Here's our first switch up. What is it if we get a perfect score again? Big shots?
I think, is it three? It's been so long.
Do you want to go with 3 shots? We can change the rules right now.
Sure,
If
if you
somehow
get
one of us,
perfect,
yeah,
yeah, I think three. Three is fine. It's so unlikely. We're more closer to 50%.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So w- just a reminder for that, and then all right, we're still gonna keep this going. Royce and Simi, go ahead and break down Royce and Simi first.
Yeah,
Got the roommate bowl.
Mahomes versus Jalen Hurts. I think I'm going Timmy there versus Mahomes in Cincinnati. Um, I think for A Chain and Swift versus Aaron Jones and Najee, I think that's a push. CD Lamb, Olave versus Garrett Wilson and Marvin Harris. Going Royce there. Tight end, I don't think Royce has anyone in at tight end yet because Njoku's week to week. Um, Flex is McLaurin versus Khalil Shakir. We're going Royce there. But overall, I think Royce wins it out for me. Um, yeah, I think Royce's team's just better with his two stud wide receivers.
Okay. I like Garrett Wilson and Marvin this week. I'm hoping Marvin bounces back, so I'm kind of liking Timmy. I'm not sure about this Olave pick just yet. I might go the Marcus over Shakir in the flex. Um, and maybe even Lazard over McLaurin kind of thing. So just things to think about. But I really like the Marcus over Shakir. I'm gonna have Timmy winning this one. Timmy gets out of the 0-2 toilet statistic.
Okay.
And then James and Yee, our last game to break down. Um, we got Josh Allen, Justin Herbert. I got Yee here. Running back Pacheco Ford versus James Cook and who knows what. Uh, yeah, I got James for Yee. J Jetta's DK versus Debo Godwin. J Jetta versus SF is gonna be tough, so I got Yee. Tight end I got Parkinson versus Pitts, Yee. And then Devontae versus D Hop, I got James. I like Devontae a little bit better.
Hmm. Yeah,
Any differences?
I think mostly the same, but I think what it's going to come down to here is maybe James picking the right person from his bench to
Yeah.
play. Because
Hmm.
James has a pretty deep bench. He has to choose between Kamara and Xavier Worthy
Yeah.
against, like, over maybe Jerome Ford
Hmm.
or who to play, like over DK Metcalf or Devonta Smith if he wants to go a little higher ceiling there. And so I think it's gonna be a skill matchup, but I think James pulls it out here against
All right.
Yi.
I like Yee's team. I like his other players at the moment.
All
Yeah,
right,
I like his other players at the moment. I'm gonna lean Yee here. I think it'll be close though. I agree, James. If James plays the right character, right players off the bench, then he'll be good to go.
all right, all right.
All right, so yeah, first shot bet down. Uh, yeah, good pod, good little nice recap.
Yeah,
A little bit of everything today.
episode 1 in the books. It was a little rough out there again, learning everyone's names again. Everyone's on different teams now, so
Yeah, yeah,
we gotta get back into it. But yeah, episode 1, great episode. And I'll see you guys next week.
yeah. See y'all next week.
All right, good luck this week, everyone. See ya.